Okay, hello. This time we're going to solve proportions. What is a proportion? Okay, a proportion is an equation that states two ratios are equal. So we have here two ratios, A over B and C over D. This is what we call a proportion wherein B and D is not equal to 0. Okay? So this expression can be read as A is to B as C is to D. Okay? AB is a ratio. C over D is also a ratio. Okay? So we have here, we need to consider some of this concept regarding proportion. If two ratios are equal and a quantity in one of the ratios is unknown, you can write and solve a proportion to find the unknown quantity. And always remember that the product of the means is equal to the product of the extremes. So you can find for the unknown quantity by applying this concept. Okay? So we have here the cross product, or what we call the cross multiplication. In the proportion A over B is equal to C over D. You are going to multiply A times D, and that is equal to AD, and B times C, that is equal to BC. That is applying cross multiplications or cross products. Okay? AD here are what we call the extremes, and BC are the means. Okay, in order to understand better what is a proportion, let us try to solve this one. So we have here 4 over 3 is a proportion, is a ratio, I should say, is equal to 8 over x. That is also a ratio. So they are equal, meaning to say 4 over 3 is equal to 8 over x. But the problem here is, do we know the value for x? Okay? So in order to find for the value of x, like what we have discussed earlier, you're just going to apply cross multiplication. So you have 4 times x, that is 4x, is equal to 8 times 3. What is 8 times 3? Equals 24. Then, divide both sides of the equation by 4. So, 4 divided by 4, that is 1. So, you now have here x equals, what is 24 divided by 4? And that is equal to 6. Can you follow? The next one, we have here, what is the solution of the proportion y over 3 is equal to 3 over 5? Okay, so you are going to find for the value of y. So all you need to do is to apply cross multiplication. So y times 5 is equal to 5y. Is equal to 3 times 3, that is equal to 9. Dividing both sides of the equation by the coefficient of y, which is 5. So 5 divided by 5, that is 1. So you now have here y is equal to 9 over 5. Okay? So the value of y is equal to 9 over 5. Okay? You can show your answer as a decimal number also. Is it so simple? Okay? Let us try this one. Okay, we have here, what is the solution of the proportion b minus 8 over 5 is equal to b plus 3 over 4? Try to observe. Your numerator is a 2 term, always apply cross multiplication. Okay? So you have b minus 8 multiplied by 4. So you are multiplying it. You have to draw open and close parentheses to signify that you are going to multiply 4 by b minus 8. Okay? So is equal to 5 multiplied by b plus 3. Do the same thing. Draw an open and close parenthesis. Then after that, apply distributive property. 4 times b, that is 4b, minus 4 times 8 equals 32, is equal to, do the same thing, apply distributive property. 5 times b, that is 5b. And you have 5 times 3, that is positive 15. Okay? Then after that, we're now going to combine similar terms. We're going to move 5b on the left side of the equation. So we need to get the opposite, that is negative 5b. So you're going to write negative 5b on both sides of the equation. 4b plus negative 5b, that is equal to negative 1b, minus 32, is equal to 5 plus negative 5, that is 0. Bring down 15. Okay? Then after that, get the opposite of negative 32, and that is positive 32. Positive 32. So you now have there negative b. Can I write negative b here? Or no, it's just okay here. Negative b or negative 1b. Negative 32 plus 32, that will be 0, is equal to 15 plus 32, that is 47. Now, try to observe. Your b has a coefficient of negative 1, so we are going to divide both sides of the equation by negative 1. Negative 1 divided by negative 1, that is 1. So b now is equal to 47 divided by 1, that is 47. Positive divided by negative, that will be negative. Okay? Any question about that one? The next one, we have here. The next one, what is the solution of the proportion n over 2 is equal to 2n plus 4 over 6? So we're just going to follow the procedure in our previous example. So you're just going to apply cross multiplication again. N times 6, that is 6n, is equal to 5 multiplied by 2n plus 4. Again, as what I have told you, you need to draw open and close parentheses to signify multiplication. So you have here 6n is equal to 5 times 2n, that is 10n, plus 5 times 4, that is 20. Okay? Combining similar terms, we're going to move 10n on the other side of the equation, so we need to get the opposite, and that is negative 10n. Negative 10n. So 6 plus negative 10n, that is equal to negative 4n, is equal to 10 plus negative 10, that will be 0. So bring down 20. And then after that, you're going to divide each side of the equation by negative 4. Negative 4 divided by negative 4, that is 1. So we have there n is equal to 20 divided by 4, that is 5. And positive divided by negative, that is negative. So the answer is n equals negative 5. Okay? The next one, we have here a practical application of proportion. It takes 30 tomatillos to make 8 ounces of enchilada sauce. Okay? So it takes 30 tomatillos to make 8 ounces of enchilada sauce. Okay? I'll just erase the T. Then, how many tomatillos? So you're going to represent this one statement as X. Does it take to make 12 ounces of enchilada? So you have here 12. Okay? How do we do this one? Your tomatillos is on the numerator and your ounces is on the denominator. So do the same thing here. Your tomatillos, how many tomatillos? That is represented as the variable X. So it must be on the numerator also. Divided by 12 as the enchilada sauce. And then after that, apply again distributive property of cross multiplication, I should say. Again, in order to solve for x, we're going to apply cross multiplication. So 30 times 12, that is equal to 360, is equal to 8 times x, that is 8x. And then after that, divide both sides of the equation by 8. So 8 divided by 8, that is 1. So you now have x is equal to, what is 360 divided by 8? So that is equal to 45. X equals 45. So there must be 45 tomatillos needed in order to make 12 ounces of enchilada sauce. Okay? The next one, we have here, an 8-ounce can of orange juice contains about 97 milligram of vitamin C. So you have here 8 over 97. Your numerator is the 8 ounce and your denominator is the vitamin C, which is 97 milligrams, is equal to about how many milligrams? Where are we going to put that one? How many milligrams of vitamin C are there in a 12-ounce can of orange juice? We are going to represent it as X, that stands for this vitamin C. Our numerator is in terms of ounce, therefore we're going to write 12 here also, okay? All over, your denominator is X. Again, ounce divided by vitamin C, ounce divided by vitamin C. So you need to do the same pattern on the left side and on the right side of the proportion. Okay, then after that, we are now ready to apply cross multiplication. 8 times x, that is 8x, is equal to 97 times 12 is equal to 1,164. And then after that, divide both sides of the equation by 8. So 8 divided by 8, that is 1. So x now equals 1164 divided by 8, that is equal to 145.5 ohms. Milligrams of vitamin C. Okay? So x here is equal to 145.5. Again, let us check. 8 ohms is on the numerator, 97 is on the denominator. So we need to follow the same pattern. So this is 12 ohms all over x for the milligrams of vitamin C. So you're just going to apply cross multiplication. 8 times x, that is 8x. And then 97 times 12 is equal to 1164. And then after that, you divide both sides of the equation by 8. So the answer is 145.5 milligram of vitamin C. Okay? The next one we have here. Okay? Next example we have here. A printer can print 12 color pages in 3 minutes. So 12 pages in 3 minutes. How many color pages can the printer print in 9 minutes? So let us observe the pattern. Pages over minutes. Pages here over minutes. How many color pages? So we're going to represent that as variable x. So that will be written on the numerator. And 9 minutes should be written on the denominator. They have the same pattern. Pages, minutes, pages, minutes. And then after that, you're going to apply cross multiplication. Okay? So you have 12 times 9, that is 108, equals 3 times x, that is 3x. Then after that, you're going to divide both sides of the equation by 3. So 3 divided by 3, that is 1. So you have x here is equal to 108 divided by 3, that is equal to 36. So x now is equal to 36. Okay? So meaning to say the printer can print 36 color pages in 9 minutes. Okay?